Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate how to solder a post onto your earrings. You will need a pair of tweezers. Hold on one second. You need a pair of tweezers, your paste flux, your blue Luxie, whiteout, and a Sharpie, and your earrings, and a small piece of sterling silver wire. So first you decide where on your metal you are putting the pearl, and you'll draw a dot on that metal. This is the place where you actually want the solder to go. And in order to control the solder, we need to white out a majority of the metal so the solder does not flow where we don't want it to flow. So I'm just going to put a circle of white out, leaving a little space in the middle, so that's the only place the solder can go. Okay. I'm also using hard solder for this next step. The piece of solder you need is really, really small. If your piece is that size, it's about halfway too big, so I'm going to cut that piece in half using my wire cutters. Well, I dropped that piece, so I need to get another one. If your solder is too big, you'll end up with a big solder blob, and it won't look nice on the earrings. And of course, since this is jewelry, we want everything to look good. So this is a good size for your solder. It could even go a little bit smaller, but I'm not going to cut it any smaller than that. Once I have the whiteout and my solder cut, I want a blue Luxie so I protect my metal from too much fire scale. So you want to be very generous with the blue Luxie. You can even pick up your piece and dip it to make sure it all gets covered. After that, you want to burn the Luxie off. Your flame does not have to be really high to burn off the Luxie. I'm going to flip my piece over and Luxie the other side. Oops. Make sure you put the lid back on the Luxie because it's an alcohol base and it will evaporate really quickly. Okay. Turn my piece back over because this is the side I want to solder my post to. So this is the spot where I want to put my solder. So first we have to paste flux. I'm going to drop a little bit of paste flux in the center. Oh, it's cooking a little bit. It's okay. Oh, and I think I lost my piece of solder. So let me grab another piece of solder. So I want to dip my solder into the paste flux. That helps the metal melt at a faster speed without tormenting the actual earring. So we want as little fire skill on the earring as possible. So I'm setting aside my paste flux and my blue Luxie so I don't melt those containers. The next part is tricky. You've got to be on point with your timing. So as soon as the solder melts, I have to put the post in and remove the flame from the post or from the earring. Okay. It's better if you have a partner. Somebody can hold the torch while you place the post down, but I'm going to do mine by myself. This is also an option, but it's probably a little easier to have a partner. So if you are right-handed, you want to put the post on with your right hand and hold the torch with your left hand. And it's the opposite rule if you are a lefty. So of course you want a flame that's about 1 inch long. As you see here, if the flame is not this big, it's just not going to be hot enough to melt the solder. So you need the blue flame to be about 1 inch for proper heating. I'm going to pick up my post. And make sure I'm absolutely ready. I don't know if you'll be able to see the solder melt. Let's hope that'll happen for us. As soon as this gets really shiny and liquidy, I'm holding the torch about 1/2 inch away, 1 inch to 1/2 inch from the metal. It's almost there, it's balling up. It has melted. I'm putting my post down, pulling the flame away. Hold a second till it cools off, and now my post is on the earring. See? Straight up. You do not want to quench your earrings. The last couple times I tried to quench, my post snapped off, so you want this to air cool. After it air cools, then you want to pickle and polish. If you are putting another post on the back of the earring so that the earring can be right next to the ear, then you would have to do another post on the back. If you want your earrings to dangle, then we can pop a hole in it and put a different kind of hook on for a dangly earring. So that is your choice. One is not better than the other. It's just a personal preference. So if you have any questions, just ask, and I'm here to help.